Football's become a stats game. Like, stats only help an argument that you're trying to formulate. I understand bringing it into debates, but it's not the be all and end all. Like, it's not this guy's had more goals than this guy, therefore he's better. You need eye test. Eye test says a lot. You watch a player, you can tell what they can do on the ball, off the ball. You can tell how many moments they have in a game, how much they impact a game. That's why, like, you make comparisons like, oh, Mason, no one's had more goals and assists in a season since Hazard's left than Mason Mount. Therefore, Mason Mount is the someone that we need to build around. No. First off, why are we even putting Hazard and Mount into the same sentence when they're not the same sort of player and the impact is completely different? One disappears for 60 minutes, gets a corner, whips it into like Zuma's head or something and gets an assist. The other one is directly impacting the game and winning man of the matches for fun. Hazard's been out of the Premier League for 3-4 years and still has the most man of the matches in history. Shouldn't ever be compared to the likes of Mount, but we'll do it to try and pretend Mason Mount is better than what he is, because that's what stats can do. Stats can make someone look a lot better than what they are. That's why it's not 100% eye test, 100% stats. It's got to be 50-50 both. Like, stats don't completely justify your argument.
It's not even that they don't justify the argument, yeah? Like, stats, I've always said it, stats only tell you, yeah, what they tell you. That's it. Like, stats are not, there's no context to stats. Stats tell you how many goals they scored, how many assists they got. Like, what's more important is how they got that and why they got that. How and why is more important than what happened. Do you understand? Like, and that's just what it is. And I've said it a million times. Like, just because you know what happened, yeah, if you remove context from something, it's worthless, bro. There's a reason why there's the difference between murder and manslaughter in court, bruv. Because even though someone died, it's not the same thing. You know, like that. So it's why they died, how they died. That's how they sentence. They don't say, all right, cool, he's died 50 years. That's it. That's not how it works in court. So that's not how it should work in football. In football, why should it work that, all right, cool, he scored 15 goals in the season, yeah, from midfield, so he's world class. All right, cool. 11 of them were penalties.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, I get all of that, but it's like stats have just become so worshipped. I think that's the word for it. I'd say worshipped, because I guess it just helps a lot of people try and formulate their points or something. But it's just stupid. Like, it's for people who don't watch games, but they want to make opinions because everybody on Twitter wants to be a pundit or something. So they want to sound smart. So it's like, this guy's game by numbers. He's like, misunderstood genius or some shit. Like, no. Bring me all the stats you want. If I watched a guy and I thought he played like shit all game, he played like shit. And no amount of completed passes that were realistically from 5 yards and easy to make will fool me. No bullshit,
but bro, but that's how man are getting assists now, bro.
What?
Man are getting assists from passing the ball 5 yards across, yeah, and someone's just taking it past someone and scoring and that. Like, it shouldn't even be an assist, bro. Like,
people are getting assists from failed headers that just fall into the right position, and then someone taps it in.
But that's what. But this is what I'm trying, bro. Like, the way man are getting assists, bro. Like, I think I can't even remember if it was Bruno or CR7, bro. They got an assist from a bad first touch, bruv, and someone, like, the ball bounced off them and then someone hit it. I think it might have been Ronaldo, blood. It might have been. You know, like that. Someone played the ball into, man miscontrolled it, blood, was chasing it, and someone slapped it and it went in, and man got an assist. And I was like, wow.
Fucking hell. Wow. But then people take it serious. I don't get it. Actually, I do. If you don't watch football, you can just get numbers from Opta.com or something, or SofaScore, and then just pretend like you watched it by just reading the stats and trying to figure out who looked good and who looked bad.
I'm convinced that most of these guys online, like tweeting all this bullshit, didn't even watch the game. I'm convinced they didn't watch it. Do you know what I mean? They probably had their heads buried in their phone throughout the game, and they're not actually watching the game. Because, like they're saying in the chat, like, Bruno absolutely put in a Hall of Shame performance and ended up with 3 GA here in the Fulham game, blood. You know, like that.
You know,
like, it's crazy. Hall of Shame, bruv. You know, like that. Well, not even 3 GA. No, he got 2 GNA. He got 2 goals. He didn't get 3 GNA because Sancho to Shaw to Sabitzer was the second goal. So it was 2. And the pass from Sancho, was different gravy to Luke Shaw, and everyone's talking about the Sabitzer finish was great, but the weight of pass from Sancho to play Luke Shaw in between the lines before the ball in from Luke Shaw, will get overlooked because there's no stat for that because it's the pass before the assist. So on paper, he doesn't get anything on SofaScore for that. He doesn't get anything. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't get anything for that. That's why Bruno can end up with a SofaScore. Was it a SofaScore or something else? I think. Or maybe it was fantasy or something. Bruno ended up with a 9 or something like that. He got 2 goals or some shit like that. And he was fucking awful, bro.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, but Bruno sounds so much like
9.0, blood.
Performance.
We got 9.0. Man got a 9.0.
Just proves the point. Just proves the point. Get GNA and you'll be fine. Nothing else past that matters at this point. It's all about stats.